There's a drum in the distance, there's a drum right here. There's a drum in the distance, there's a drum right here. Hey, Mark Shepard here for the Better Man Project, and this is episode number 12. I wanted to talk a little bit about the difference between shyness and introversion. A lot of shy guys are also introverts. However, they aren't necessarily the same thing. So let's just kind of grind through it really quickly here. Someone who is shy tends to be socially stressed. They tend to be anxious, nervous, timid, hesitant, embarrassed, or afraid of social interactions. Okay? That's shyness. You know, I remember hiding behind my mom's skirt in the grocery store when she bumped into somebody she knew. I've seen little kids do this. They hide behind their mom. That's shyness, okay? Introverted is different. Basically, when you're introverted, it means you are private, you're solitary, you're reflective, observant. You you actually enjoy being alone. You recharge your batteries alone or with one or two others maximum, right? So really, shyness is a behavior. Introversion is a preference. Does that make sense? So on the flip side, we have outgoing, someone who's comfortable, relaxed, friendly, and able to converse and engage with others easily without it stressing them, right? So, and then extroverted, that's someone who enjoys being in groups and they recharge their batteries with others at a party, for example. Someone who's an extrovert will go to a party to relax and recharge. For an introvert, going to a party is like, why would you do that? That's not fun. But an outgoing introvert can go to a party, be comfortable, relaxed, friendly, and engage others and have conversations. And then at a certain point, they go home and recharge from doing that, right? That's the basic difference. I used to be shy, and I used to be introverted. I'm still introverted, but now I'm an outgoing introvert. Do you see the difference? So this is changeable. This is a preference that there's no reason to change it. There's nothing wrong with being introverted. There's nothing wrong with being extroverted. What we find, however, is extroverts make more money because they have more opportunities because they're in front of other people more. So that's being an introvert is what fuels my songwriting. Being an introvert is what kind of derails my attempt to get my music out. Except for the fact that now I've kind of learned that I can do it with a camera. I can connect with you from the quiet of my solitude. And that to me is like, oh my God, I was really lucky to be born at this time in history. So now on the other side here, we have social phobia and agoraphobia. And in my hypnosis practice over the years, I've helped a ton of people. One of my best friends is someone who, he paid me the big bucks. And he came and I was able to help him release his agoraphobia and his fear of literally talking to people over the phone. He is an introvert. He right now makes his living with email and the phone from home, and he rarely sees anybody other than his family. But we talk all the time. He is an outgoing introvert, right? He's no longer shy, but he prefers to manage his own energy and to work in his own way. And to me, as an introvert, it's like, wow, I get the most done when I have, you know, from 7 a.m. in the morning till 11 at night, alone, just in solitude. I get so much done. I'm in my own flow. I have ideas. I write them down. I make a video. There's nobody else I need to think about or worry about other than me. And the challenge sometimes with introverts is when you hang out with extroverts, and I have a very dear friend who's really pissed at me right now because he wanted to get together. And I'm like, I need time alone. I need to do my thing. I need just total uninterrupted deep solitude time, and he took it personally, and it wasn't about him. And that's sometimes introverts have to communicate to extroverts. And I have another friend who was like, yeah, we should hang out sometime. I'm like, last time I saw him, I said, you have to understand, please don't take this personally. I am an introvert, and right now I've figured out what I want to do with my life, and I'm working on it, and I'm working on all these different projects, and I just, right now, I can't hang out. So sometimes introverts have to explain to extroverts what the deal is, and sometimes extroverts have to understand that introverts need space. They need space and they need time. And so it's interesting because both my girlfriend and I are both outgoing introverts. We can function. We're not shy. However, when it's time to recharge our batteries, we just need quiet, we need alone time, or we need to just hang out with each other. So that's kind of a real indicator of working with your personality instead of against it. And this is part of the whole self-love and building your own self-esteem, is that you want to work with your species. You want to work with your tendencies. You want to work with your preferences in a way that erases conflict at the unconscious level, right? So if you're an introvert but you're trying to force yourself to be an extrovert, which I did for a long time, it will backfire because eventually you need to spend some time alone. However, if I spend a lot of time alone, like I know my dad is coming to visit tomorrow and the whole Thanksgiving thing is happening and I'm going to see family and friends, and it's going to be busy. Well, I specifically have taken Monday and today, Tuesday, to do my thing, to be with me, so that now I'm recharged. I've filled my reservoir, and boom, now I can go interact with the world, right? So that's one of the pieces. But for the shy person, you could be a shy extrovert, right? But it typically is someone who's introverted, kind of starts out and is shy, and then has to learn how to be more outgoing. This is learnable. This is changeable. This tends to be not carved in stone because you can change. Like for me, like I imagine a slider, and being a massive introvert's over here and a massive extrovert might be over there, and I can move my introversion more towards the center. But the bottom line is I really relish time alone. And as a creative artist, Picasso painted by himself or with a model, right? Leonardo da Vinci seems to have been more of an extrovert, but how do you get your work done if you're always out at parties, right? And it's interesting because for me, I get a lot of my work done alone, and I like working alone. It's simple, it's clear. And yet the internet gives me the ability as a solitude-loving person to be able to interact with other people in the world and other introverts as well. And you may just be an introvert. If you're shy, I can help you. If you're an introvert, I don't need to help you. You're perfect, you're fine. Just stop trying to be an extrovert if you're an introvert. And if you're extroverted, extroverts sometimes need quiet and solitude as well, at least to think maybe, or they may go to a yoga retreat where there's a bunch of other people, right? And they can recharge with other people. For me, send me to the mountain. I would be happy to spend some time alone. And then at the end of my alone time, I want to be with people, particularly people who I love. Does that make sense? Hopefully that does. Let's see what else I have here. This was just a question that I asked myself last night. Why do I think the kinds of thoughts that make me rich? And up here I have the honest hypnosis is that hypnosis works when you believe it works, right? So that's why beliefs are so important to whatever you want to do. But those are a little bit aside. Why do I think the kinds of thoughts that keep me healthy and strong? As I was writing ideas on the board, these are ideas kind of that came in from around the periphery of my awareness. So I just put them there, right? And that's how I do what I do. This has been exciting episode number 12 of the Better Man Project. And you can't be a better man if you're not willing to work on yourself, whether you're an introvert or an extrovert. And if you're shy, anxious, nervous, timid, hesitant, embarrassed, afraid of social interactions, you might want to check that. You might want to check out my Shy Guy Help program. I also have a course called How to Crush Anxiety. And if you're outgoing and extroverted, you're probably not even watching this. Right? So this is where I've done a lot of work, and where you may be feeling socially stressed right now. I need you to know you can change this. This you probably won't change. All right? That's it for now. If you like what I do, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe, and please check out my morning cryptos. If you're serious about becoming the kind of man who can support himself financially as well as emotionally, spiritually, intellectually, and physically in every great possible way that you can imagine, and perhaps even better than you can possibly imagine, please leave a intelligent and good comment below if you'd like, and share this with somebody who might need to hear it. And I think that's it for now. I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace, grooviness, over and out. Oh yeah, I have a new CD out, and there will be a link for that below as well. Check that out, and I look forward to talking to you again tomorrow. Thanks so much.
There's a drum in the distance, there's a drum right here. There's a drum in the distance, there's a drum right here.